This is going to be fun. The reason it's going to be so fun is because my brother has never played Genshin Impact, so he doesn't know what anyone does. He has no idea who the characters are. He doesn't know what's powerful, and we're going to make a tier list. Okay, so obviously you know how a tier list works.
Yes.
SS, SA. Dustin, this is my brother Dustin. He plays like teamfight tactics. He's a League of Legends professional. Absolutely cracked gamer.
Masters in TFT.
Masters in TFT. But he's never played Genshin. But he's played Final Fantasy. Like, he knows his games, and there's quite a few characters. So if there's somewhere you're just like, that's a C tier character, they're trash, just throw them in there.
Okay.
And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare your tier list to like what I and chat would think.
Okay.
So if you put one of the S tier characters in the C tier, you're gonna get roasted.
Yeah. No death threats, please.
No death threats, please. What is your brother's age? Oh, guess. I'm 30. Your brother's handsome. Oh, flirting.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of correct answers. Man looks 40, definitely.
Hey, you shut the hell up about that. This is my brother.
66, yes.
He's 32. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna do tier list. You can rapid fire them. I'm gonna ask you some questions about the characters. Okay. So like, what is their burst ability and like, what's their elemental skill? What element are they?
Oh, 4 elements, 6 elements? How many elements in Genshin?
Okay, there's Pyro, Cryo, Hydro, Anemo, which is like wind.
Okay.
Geo, Earth, yeah. Earth. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Hydro, Pyro, Cryo. Oh, and Electro. There's Electro. So there's Electro.
Okay.
So let's get started.
All right. So we're gonna start top left.
Doesn't matter. You can just pick any characters you want.
Okay.
And go from there.
We'll start with this dude. He gives me like Van from Final Fantasy vibes. Kind of like Sky Pirate a little bit. Yeah. So I'm assuming he's gonna be like middle of the road, like A tier.
Okay. His name's Bennett.
Bennett. Okay.
Yeah. And what does his burst ability do?
I'm gonna say like a bunch of like little swords, like
little daggers. Okay, yeah. Pretty good. All right, next.
Let's go with. I feel like I saw an ad with this character. And I feel like there was like a lot of hype around them, but now I feel like maybe they got nerfed.
Did
they nerf or no?
Did you by chance see any videos from me about that character?
Maybe. I mean,
like I spent $2,000 on that character and almost quit the game because of her.
And
almost quit the game because of that stupid little.
So is she busted or is she terrible?
You have to pick.
I'm gonna say without the $2,000, then she was probably bad.
Okay, fair. Okay, next.
All right. Okay, healer. Yeah. Okay. Well, enchanters in the game I play are broken right now, so I'm gonna give them a big ol' S.
Okay, S tier Barbara.
Yeah, come on, Barb.
Maybe with the new artifact set, they got a new artifact set where the more you heal, the more damage you do. So that it actually made some of the healers way better than they were.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give a big SS. Not sure why.
Because he's a dog.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know. My favorite character in League is like a fox, so. Okay, I feel like it's broken. Okay, who am I getting just like a very bland vibe from?
This is so interesting too, because it's like...
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot to go off of. I feel like you should give me like one fact about them.
Okay,
so I have...
all right. Maybe do that.
So I'm going to put... That was the lackluster.
Okay, so Noelle is a Geo Claymore user. Should I tell you what weapon they have and what element maybe?
Yeah.
Would that help?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So she is a Geo Claymore user. She's also one of the first free units you get.
Okay, I'm glad I...
You're set.
Free unit. If you didn't have to spend money, I think they're going to be not
okay,
bad,
fair.
So. Okay, let's go this one. That's going to be the next one.
She is a Cryo Claymore user, but she specializes in physical damage.
Holy cow!
Holy shit!
Okay, well, I'll hedge my bets to have some in the top. Some in the top tier, some in the bottom tier. Okay, next, let's go here.
He is a Geo sword user. He was not very popular.
Okay.
But then they gave him a really good sword. But did it fix him? Did it make him good enough? But they gave him a free sword that was like pretty good.
So pre-sword C, post-sword B? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, Next.
That's Aloy. She's from Horizon Zero Dawn, the game. It was like a collab unit.
Oh.
She was free as well. She's a cryo archer.
Love a good archer. I think because of the collab, if they made it bad, I feel like that's like bad just business sense.
Yeah, like why would you make it bad? Okay, fair.
So we'll go there. Okay,
do the next one on the list right there.
Okay.
That's Amber, and she's a pyro archer. So she's a fire archer. And she's the second free character you get in the game.
Second free character. Okay.
Also, she throws out a teddy bear that can taunt and it blows up. It's an explosive.
Okay. Here's my actual question before we go on, because I kind of need to know this. How is there like quite a few in the SS tier, or is there only a couple characters that are like busted broken?
I'd say there's like 8 or 9 at this point, because there is a lot, but it's just like, I would say SS tier is like, they do something so good that they're almost invaluable, and like pretty much anyone who gets them should build them.
Okay.
So top tier DPS, or like top tier heals, top tier shields, top tier something. Okay. I would say there's probably like 8 of them at this point that are like game changing units.
Just if there's only 4, it's like if I already have 1 in there, like I don't know. That's kind of sussy. Okay. I don't know. I'm just not getting like the busted vibe. Like the taunts are always pretty OP, but I don't know.
Okay.
Let's go next.
Okay. That is Kamisato Ayato.
Okay.
No, Ayaka. Ayato's her brother, and he's coming out soon, and I'm excited for him. But that's Ayaka. Okay. She's a cryo sword user. She can dash under the ground, kind of, and like turn into like an ice crystal and like move around. And she summons like essentially like a blizzard that just like rolls forwards towards the enemy.
I mean, it doesn't sound like busted, but also like a blizzard that rolls through. Like I don't know. Like, does it freeze them in place or anything, or just damage?
Maybe if you use a Hydro unit. Because you can combo them and freeze them. Well, this one could get you canceled.
Well, then I'm gonna show save.
That'll get you canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That'll get you really canceled. Oh. No, I can't spoil it.
Okay. Well, I'll go super good then.
Okay.
I feel like people are passionate about the unit.
Either the best ones or the worst ones they're passionate about.
Right. Okay. Let's jump around. Let's go down to this one.
All right, that's Tartaglia.
Okay.
He's a 5-star Hydro Archer. He's had more banners than any other character in the game. Like there's special banners where they can wish for specific characters. And he's been on it more than anyone else.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's a giveaway, but we're going to do it there. Okay, let's go to this unique one.
That's Velma.
Velma.
No, it's Sucrose. Her name's Sucrose, but she kind of looks like Velma.
Yeah.
She's an Anemo Catalyst user, so she's like a mage. She can summon like big like butterflies that suck everything up like a vacuum.
That's like a pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like a sucker for like a cool little character sprite, so I don't even care if I'm wrong. I'm just gonna put them right up there. All right, let's go in the middle here.
That's Kujo Sara. She's a newer character, Electro Archer. She can buff your team's damage, and she's electric. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Fun fact about games is lots of people don't like to take units that buff or decrease stats because it seems boring, but those are typically some of the best units in the game. And from games I've played in the past, and then now like looked into like, oh, what was the best build of like a game I'll probably never play again. Right. It's always like the stat buff units that like make the game 10 times easier, but you just ignore them because it's not like a flashy move. So I don't know.
Right.
That's I don't think they're gonna be like the most busted, but like I just feel like they're overall like solid units. So
people can't see the SS tier. Okay, so you put her in the S tier.
Like go up so you can just see the first row, and we can just work off that.
Maybe
row.
that. Yeah. Will that fix it? Let's go from there. Yeah, you should be able to just drag them like that, and it'll funnel through. So if you drag them up, it should fix it.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, we'll just go in order here.
That's Captain Beto. She is a pirate. She is an Electro Claymore user, so like a big sword. She has an ability that's like a counter. So if you block and then they hit you, it does like double or triple the damage. So it's kind of like a panic button.
Yeah.
And she can chain lightning.
Okay. I'm not vibing.
Shangling.
Okay.
He is an ice Claymore user. He can buff people's attack speed, and he can kind of send like ice shards down.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure not all the stat buffs are going to be broken, so Just throw him down there.
That's D-Luke.
Okay.
He's a 5-star. At the beginning of the game, everyone wanted him because he was like kind of like the coolest.
Yeah.
He's my main DPS on my one account.
Okay.
So like I built him hard.
Oh, okay.
I built him so freaking hard.
Yeah.
He's a Claymore user. Pyro.
Okay, well, if he's one of your mains, like, you always pick the most broken people in games. Like, I pick the ones that are just, like, fun and, like, I have, like, a connection to.
Right.
Whereas you pick, like, the raw stat, like, what's going to get the job done. So, if I'm wrong about the SS, that's possible, but...
And what does his burst do?
Oh!
His burst ability is like, his ultimate ability.
So, and he's, like, Claymore, like, sword, fire.
Yep.
Is it, like, a fire spin kind of... like AoE, hit lots of enemy. That's what I think.
Yeah, it sends out a phoenix. He goes,
oh, okay,
and then it makes his sword on fire.
Well, that made me like solidify my
perfect.
Okay, let's go next.
That is Diona.
Yep,
she's a cat girl. She's a ice archer. She is a support, so she does terrible damage, but she can provide shields and heals.
Yeah, like it sounds fine, but nothing crazy. So that's where I'm gonna put.
Next one is Yanfay. She is a pyro mage.
Okay.
Her burst ability, the more so you attack like with normal attacks, and then you charge up an attack and slam down. And so you just like kind of constantly want to be attacking and charge attacking with her. She's supposed to be a DPS unit.
Yeah, the hair in the eyes is making me think of like Potpourri from Harvest Moon 64.
Oh, fair.
But then she's like a DPS legend, so that's very opposite persona. We'll go middle of the road, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Fischl is an electro archer, and she summons like an electric raven that just constantly does damage.
Okay.
And she can turn into a raven as well as part of her ability.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice and go SS because I feel like there's probably some archer that's broken, and that seems like the most.
Is some of it just because like they look like there's something about them, like they look powerful or something?
I mean, like, yeah, I mean her look is kind of like. I mean business.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Next one is Ganyu.
Okay.
She is a cryo archer.
Yep.
She specializes in charging up her shot.
Okay.
Fun factor about her charge shot, when it hits, it like spreads out into area of effect, and it's like a very large area of effect. So she's like the only area of effect archer.
Oh, okay.
And then she summons ice crystals in her ultimate ability.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give them like a middle of the road, because I feel like with too much AoE, if they make it too busted, then it's really busted. So
that's Hu Tao. She works at a funeral parlor, and so she's got like ghosts, kind of like ghost pyro ghosts is her motif. She charges up her attacks and does kind of damage over time with fire, and then she does like a big area of effect like swirl attack that can hit multiple targets. So she's kind of like single target for the most part. And I would say that's what her specialty is. She's like a single target lance user.
Okay. Ooh,
yeah, we haven't even. I don't know.
Yeah,
actually,
I don't know.
No, that's the first lance user.
Oh,
and pole arm.
I think I'm still gonna give C class, but like I love a good lance, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still. That's just the initial instinct I got. So
the next one is Arataki Ito. He's a new character. He's a Geo Claymore user. He infuses his Claymore to be like a big rock club, and his voice is like this. Hey, Kujo Sara, you ready for another battle? So he's kind of like edgy, and he's like very loud.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming as a new character, probably pretty good. So, and just seems like kind of cool. So
Kaya.
Yep.
Kaya is the brother of D-Luke, the red-haired guy. They're like stepbrothers or whatever. He's a cryo sword user. He can summon ice crystals around himself, and then he can like poke with his sword and send out ice. And he's a 4-star unit. He's a free unit as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like if I had to compare us to these two, like I would say I was probably like the cooler brother. So I feel like you're probably like a below average kind of one. Like that's
okay.
That's kind of how I'm feeling.
Kazuha. He is an Anemo, so wind sword user. He sucks everyone up in his E, like he kind of like pulls them in like this, and then he jumps in the air and can plunge down. And then his burst ability, he summons a big circle of wind that just like constantly swirls around and does damage.
Okay, and it's supposed to suck up, like they get knocked up.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Like smaller enemies, they just kind of get pulled in and stunned, kind of
Right.
idea.
Yeah, that sounds pretty broken. So we'll give him an S tier. All right, next.
Kaching. She is an electric ninja. She dashes around.
Love that.
And when her burst ability, she just goes like an electric kind of like lightning bolt around and just like hits everyone.
I love the sound of that. It's probably not broken, but I like it.
Nice. Kokomi. She is a healer.
Okay.
And she's the only unit in the game with minus 100% crit rate.
So she can never crit.
She can never crit. She's she summons jellyfish. She's a hydro catalyst user, and she summons like jellyfish that heal and do damage.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
Next.
Lisa. She's an electric catalyst user. She
Catalyst.
like a mage.
Okay.
She summons like she like kind of like charges up and then goes with electricity.
Okay. Doesn't sound that great. So I don't know.
Okay. Mona, she is kind of like that Ayaka girl where she can go under the ground and turn into water. She can put out a taunt.
Okay.
She's a hydro mage again. She can put out a taunt, and then this other one, her burst ability, she hits them with like a bubble, and it debuffs them so they take more damage. And if you pop it with like another attack, it does like a big hit of damage kind of thing. So she's like kind of like a support mage.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Ning Wang, she's a catalyst user of Geo. She summons up a big shield that she can kind of block projectiles, I guess, or like buff herself. And then she summons like a bunch of rocks behind her that go... She's notorious for being potentially a one-hit queen, like against a boss. She can like one-hit some bosses.
Yeah, this is literally so triggering because when you said blocks, projectiles, one hit, I'm just thinking Yasuo from League of Legends. I'm like, oh, triggers.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm just assuming they're good then, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Jean kind of looks like Kat.
Yeah.
She is Animo sword user, and she puts a big healing rift around her, that heals your team, and it cleanses any debuffs. And then if you hold her E ability, she kind of like charges up, and she can suck enemies up and like launch them in the air if you want.
That sounds very utility. Is there lots of users that can cleanse debuffs?
Not as good as her, I would say. Yeah, I'd say there's like a handful.
Okay, I'm going to give them an SS then, which that only leaves one SS spot left, so I'm going to be very selective.
Chi-Chi.
Okay.
She was the best healer in the game at the very start. She is a cryo healer, and she just kind of passively heals, but she also can tag an enemy and puts like a talisman on them. And so if you swap to your DPS unit and attack, it heals you for like a percentage of the damage. So you can be like, you can tag them and then swap and be really aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds good in theory, but I'm still going to rank them lower.
Okay. So that's how many we have left.
Okay.
So I know.
Yeah.
Sorry. You can rapid fire them.
Okay.
Okay, Razer.
Yeah.
Razer is an Electro Claymore user. He attacks very, very quickly, and he summons like a kind of like a wolf familiar above him that like slashes with him as he attacks.
Okay. Next.
Rosaria, Cryo, Polearm user. She puts down like a spear in the ground that just constantly does like cryo damage.
Okay.
Okay. Sayu, she can roll up into a ball like Sonic, and she's an Animo, a ninja.
Okay.
She rolls around. She's fast. That's it.
Perfect.
Shenhe, she boosts other cryo units and gives them a huge damage boost.
Okay.
Okay. Ryden Shogun, she is the Electro Archon. She is the god of thunder. She can passively do damage and give everyone else energy.
Okay.
Toma, fire shield user.
Okay.
Venti, the god of Animo. He is the god of wind. He sends a vortex that is essentially a black hole forward with his Q ability.
Cool. All right.
Shangling, one of the other free units you can get in the game. She summons a little teddy bear that blows fire, and she can send us like a fireball that like swings around her.
Okay.
Shao, he jumps in the air and slams down constantly. So he like uses Animo and he jumps in the air and slams.
Okay.
Shincho, he summons hydro swords that as you attack, they just like constantly attack, and then he gives a little bit of healing and damage reduction.
Damage reduction. Okay.
Okay. Xinyan is a pyro shield user. She's got a great sword, and she summons shields depending on how many enemies you hit with her claymore.
Okay.
Yai Miko, she summons electric turrets, and then for every turret on the field, she can slam down a lightning bolt like on the target. So you put 3 turrets down and then ba 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 ba.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Love that. Okay.
Yoimiya, she's a bow user.
Yeah.
She charges up her bow and she attacks really, really fast, rapid fire.
Okay.
And then she can like send a firework off. Yunjin, she is a Geo polearm user and she buffs the normal attacks of your teammates.
Okay. Sounds average.
Zhongli, he is the Geo Archon, the god of rocks, and he is a shielder. And he can also summon a meteor that petrifies enemies.
Okay. Well, I haven't put any shielders up top, so I'm...
And then Ayato is Leaks. He's not in the game yet.
Oh! Okay, we'll assume that they're gonna land somewhere there.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty, actually...
Chad, how are you feeling?
Yeah, like what's happened?
Chat. All right. How good is the tier list?
In some of the... Yeah, I know. I could tell on his face a couple times that
Accurate?
he was disappointed.
Is it terrible?
Fuming. Oh!
God tier? I'll point out some of the most egregious ones. D-Luke is my main DPS, but he's been power crept to shit. So like he's just like not as good. Like he's kind of like S to A tier. Like if you invest in him, he's fine, but he's just not that good. Zhongli is good, like super good. He's the best shielder.
Hold on though. I would say egregious would be like S to like B.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Anyways, but whatever you want.
Kaching, notoriously the worst 5-star DPS in the game.
Oh.
People like roast Kaching. Everyone wants her to get buffed.
Yeah.
Shangling, best 4-star sub DPS, like one of the best sub DPS in the game.
Okay.
And she's free. Yaimiko just isn't there. She's like there maybe. But this guy, even though he's an A tier, he is the best unit like in the game almost. He summons like a healing rift that you can't die in it almost, but he buffs your damage based on his damage, and so he makes everyone hit like double.
Gotcha.
Like he's insane. The worst trash unit. Let's see. Oh, Hu Tao. She is an S tier, like a DPS. She's like the best single target damage. And then like, you know, like she could be up there. A lot of these are actually pretty good. And then like some of them are just situational. Like Venti could be, depending on who you're fighting kind of thing.
Right.
Ganyu though, she is S tier. She's my other DPS.
Oh, okay.
And her charge shot hits bigger than most people's ultimate attacks.
What were there any that I did put in SS tier that like I nailed that it's like, yeah, they are broken?
Zhongli, I would say Zhongli.
Okay.
I would say like you missed. It would be like this. So I would say if we get rid of him, we could just put him like maybe like A tier, B tier.
Yeah.
S tier would be like probably like this. Because there's lots like almost there. She's probably not there. She's like she's like fine. Like who else has SS tier? Maybe Ayaka actually. And then this guy. He's like right here. He's like number 2. Okay. I didn't mention one part of his kit. He buffs everyone else's elemental damage. So it's like he's
very like
pretty
versatile. Like whoever has good elemental attacks. Then.
Yeah. Yeah. We missed one more. Ryden Shogun is like probably like right here too. She just helps every single unit. Ito SS, I don't know. You got to go full Geo with that. I don't know about that.
And so this is the worst unit in the game, or like potentially.
Yeah, she's one of the worst. Amber is just bad. She needs a buff really bad. And like, there's like a couple. Like, it's just so situational too.
Yeah.
Like, he could probably be up, and like she's like a really good shielder. Like, she could probably be up there. There's a lot of. The nice thing is there are a lot of like really usable units.
Good.
So, I think you did pretty good though.
Sweet.
I'm pretty good. Thank you so much for participating.
Yeah, I love tier lists. That's like my favorite thing about games is like what are people's thoughts and like what's busted, what needs a buff. Yeah,
it's good.